Everyone, good morning. I just want to throw this out there, and I feel that this might, help somebody in distress, somebody who is in pain, somebody who is downcasted, and all of that. You understand? Someone who is not, feeling too good about themselves, someone who has lost hope, in life, and maybe by extension in God as well. Understand? Yeah. So I just want to say this, that don't let your pain, don't let your affliction, storm, trials and tribulations, don't let it define you. Okay? God never promised us a life without trials and tribulations, without, storms and afflictions and all of that. But He did promise us a life of victory. He promised us a life of a successful life, right? And that is if you know the keys and the principles to apply to, getting that, to be, to get that victorious life, to live a victorious life and a fulfilled life. All right. uh um there's this character in the Bible that I love so much, and the character is King David. You understand? The greatest king of Israel. The Bible made us to understand that when David was passing through his storms, he lived in the wilderness, despite the fact that he had a family. He lived his life as a shepherd boy, you know. Throughout all his life, he was in the wilderness until the time that God elevated him and he became king over Israel. But before then, he lived his life in the wilderness. He probably lived a life as a fugitive and a vagabond. All right, and but we could see that despite the fact that he was in the wilderness, God was with him throughout. God was with him throughout. The Bible made us to understand that, David, whenever David, despite the fact that, he had all those series, all those moments, and whenever he's downcasted, he speaks to his soul. Oh, why are you downcasted, oh my soul? You understand? He speaks to his soul. He encourages his soul. You understand? Because he knows that irrespective of whatever it is that he was going through at that particular time, he understood that it was just a phase and it was going to pass. You understand? He didn't let what he was going through at that particular time to define who he was and who he was going to be. You understand? He speaks to his soul, he encourages his soul, and then he braises himself up. You understand? And eventually, the Bible recorded it even to date that David is the greatest king, that ever ruled in Israel. All right. And